Thanks for joining us again here at the Hardcore Hotline. Today we are sitting down with Michael Scoville and Matt Wood from a king. A king is a king. The king, the one king, one king down. We have so many tabs open. Thanks for being here
hmm
today. I'm sure this is going to be the highlight of your entire year for
Thanks.
sure.
It might be. Thank you for having us.
Yeah, glad we could do
Wow.
this.
Oh, this is starting out so well, so well. So, for any listeners who don't know who you are, can you tell us a little bit about the history of your little band? And don't make it too long. We're gonna zone out if you do.
But yeah, it all
Yeah.
it all started early '90s. Um, we were actually a band called Drown. There was another Drown, so we had to change the name on the fly. And I think it was at '94 we changed the name to One King Down.
So yeah.
Recorded a little EP, and then got picked up by the good people at Equal Vision Records and released Bloodlust Revenge and God Loves Man Kills and the Gravity Wins Again EP, and did our thing, got the tour, play
Yeah.
some shows,
hmm
take 20 years off, take like 20 years off, and then come back and
Classic tale.
yeah.
That's about it.
Oh, are you guys done? Okay.
I think so.
That was so much.
hmm
We stopped listening, but it's fine. I'm sure that it was very informative. As you said, you guys are so old, like extremely ancient and possibly full of wisdom. If you could go back in time to when you first started this band, what advice would you give to yourselves? And would it be to not do this? I feel like that would be good advice, but unless you have other advice.
I guess I would tell myself to lighten up. I think I was a little too serious at times. I didn't get to maybe enjoy it as much as I would have liked to.
Hurtful. I think hurtful is the word.
That too. I
Hurtful.
was very hurtful with my words. But
We don't
yeah,
know
that I think.
anything about that. We always try and be kind
Mm.
to everyone we come across. So why would you say that you were hurtful with your words? Who were you being mean to? Was it your mom? That would be mean.
My mom,
Mm.
my brother, my bandmates, anybody I was in a relationship with at the time, pretty much anybody I knew. Yeah.
Wow. Do you
It's
think
coming
that
out. I
there
like
was,
this.
yeah, this is a unique therapy session. Even the dogs are upset.
Yeah,
Um,
You guys are getting very robotic on me.
we are.
Hold on. Ah,
You just turned robotic.
you just turned into a robot.
you guys got very
Buddy.
robotic on me.
Oh
This
no.
is my connection is
Really?
unstable. Hold on. My connection is unstable.
It's all right, this whole interview is unstable. So, would you say that there was probably a MySpace page that was a hate page for you and your hurtful words?
I mean, I think it was on Friendster. If we want to get
That's,
real.
yeah,
Yeah.
I forgot how old you are.
MySpace were the good days. I mean, Friendster, it got dark.
Friendster was the dark days. Okay. I don't think I've heard anyone talk about Friendster in that way. It seemed quite wholesome, but at least by MySpace days, maybe you were in someone's top 8?
Maybe,
Maybe,
maybe. I couldn't
maybe.
say for sure. I mean, I was too busy just stalking ex-girlfriends on
hmm
MySpace.
Which is what MySpace is used for.
Mhm.
Absolutely. So you used it the correct way. Like many other bands, you guys have decided to come back and tour some more, this time with Earth Crisis, is that correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. What
Yeah.
made you want to come back and cash in on that nostalgia?
I mean, it's hot right now.
It
mean,
is.
The thing to do.
I mean, we'd
Are
be
you-
dumb not to. I mean, you
yeah.
can't say no. When Earth Crisis calls, you pick up the landline phone and you answer it.
Yeah,
You
the
don't ask,
rotary
you tell.
phone. hmm
Yeah.
Why, I mean, there's a lot of other bands. Why did they pick you?
It's a legitimate question. We wondered
Yeah.
the same thing. What are you gonna say, Matt? No, nothing.
Nothing productive.
Okay.
They
Nothing in this interview is productive, so that's fine.
they knew that we were easy, I think is what it was.
Okay,
You know?
yeah,
easy,
we're,
easy and cheap.
I was gonna say very
Yeah.
cheap, I'm sure that
Mhm.
maybe for like a packet of Bugles. So you're with Earth Crisis and you're a straight edge band, but you're all still straight edge, right?
I'm speaking for myself. I am
Hmm.
100% nailed to the X still to this day.
I'm
Nailed.
actually, yeah, so I'm actually the one who isn't edge, but everybody else, they were true till death, you know,
Wow. Were
till
you
death.
true till 23?
It's more like 29.
Okay, okay. So
Yeah.
hitting that 30-year mark was too much for
Yeah.
you. Okay, well that's fine. We'll just remove your file. And it's good to know that you're mostly
It's
still a
there.
straight edge band. If you
Mhm.
weren't, it would be super awkward because we've been selling bootleg One King Down merch from our straight edge warehouse. How much are you selling your shirts for?
I have no idea.
You have
In the
no
store, they're
Let
idea.
me.
$20.
$20
Pretty cheap,
in this
right?
I think that's
economy?
pretty good. I think that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I think most shirts are being sold for at least 35, so you've got that on them. I think it's because you're still stuck in the early 2000s.
Yeah,
Have you
keeping it.
found your way back to 2023 or is it just 2003 all the time?
I think we're just keeping it as authentic as we can.
The
Yeah.
government
Prices,
gives us really good benefits as well. So we, that's money that
true,
we don't really need.
Right.
true.
Yeah. Yeah. Medicare and
Hmm.
Social
Yeah.
Security,
Yeah,
that stuff really adds up for you guys. Well,
yeah.
that's good. That's
My flex
great.
spending, my flex spending card comes in comes in really handy.
You can get so much icy hot from CVS with that flex spending
You
account.
really
So
can.
good
Hmm.
for you for
Yeah.
being money smart in your retirement. Have you noticed that there is an influx of straight edge bands recently, or do you think they're just gaining more popularity where before they'd be labeled as losers?
Is there an influx of straight edge
Is there?
bands? Is
Yeah, I
there?
if so have you guys been on something called the internet recently?
For work, I use it. Yeah,
For work, yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Is the text on your screen at like 300%? Yeah, it more than likely is.
I
But
have to
there,
keep putting my glasses on because
yeah, yeah, those lenses look thick. Yeah, no, there are an influx of straight edge bands. You
That's
have,
great. I think that's great.
do you though? Do you?
Yeah, it kind of makes me feel like I'm still like part of that world a little bit. I'm like, hey, that's something we have in common. I mean, I might be 40 years older than them, but I mean, it's still nice to see.
Yeah, Mitchell, are you feeling out of the group because you're not straight edge?
So I think that was directed at you.
what was the question? I lost it.
This is the
I
greatest
no, listen.
interview I've
In
ever
in all
done in my
seriousness,
life.
in all, I'll be totally serious. Um, Straight edge 100% saved my life.
Mhm.
I'm not even like we're having fun, but like for real, like straight edge saved my life.
Mhm.
It came into my life probably one of the worst times of my life.
Mhm.
Derek, who is our drummer, I was just in a bad place at around like 19 years old, and he was like pinnacle in keeping me on the right course.
Yeah, yeah.
Mike can vouch that uh, around that time in my hometown, um, we had like an influx of heroin, and
Mhm.
so a ton of my friends got into it, got taken from heroin use and other drugs, and it actually took my older brother,
Mhm.
and it's one of those things where it's like I know where I would have been, I know where I would have, I know the path that I would have walked down had I not like had these guys in my life. So even though I am not necessarily edge, I mean, I barely have a sip of alcohol at this point. I probably could call myself straight edge, but I wouldn't, because I wouldn't do that to those guys. But I think it's okay to have more edge bands. I think it's important, to have more edge bands because we still hear from kids or even older kids, older
Mhm.
adults now, who say that they became straight edge because of our music or Earth Crisis, or whoever. And yeah, I mean, I will say to the day I die that it potentially saved my life.
I think when people talk about being straight edge and now they're not straight edge, I think that they do come up with this idea of, well, I can't call myself straight edge because, like you said, I have a sip of alcohol. But I think for a lot of people, having that straight edge that was a part of their life for that
Mm.
certain time, it just kind of catapulted them into the person that they are today. And it seems as though you are mildly okay with the person you are today. Would that be correct?
I have some issues.
Don't we all?
I,
Don't we all?
I am, and I think the guys could. We're different people than we were back then. You know, when I
I
say
hope so.
we joke about like hurtful. I mean, I was not the nicest person, you know, back then with these guys, and now it's like, I don't even know what.
We've all mellowed considerably.
Yeah, yeah, and the fact that we do and can make fun of ourselves, you know, constantly, is a testament to those changes. Yeah.
Well, that's good because we would never make fun of you
I
to
know.
your
That's good.
face. Um, looking back at how you guys used to be when you played and looking at how you play now, you said that you've mellowed out. Do you think that there's a different energy when you're performing live now, or do you think that you guys were able to put aside anything that you had before to have that same energy that you would have today? That was a confusing way to word that, but we can't think
Mm,
of another way to put it.
mm. And there's something funny about it. It's even though in my life in general, I have so much less energy than I did when I was
Yeah,
younger.
that's what happens when you
It's
get
kind of,
ancient.
yeah, it's you flip a switch and it just kind of comes back to you, and you manage to sweat it out for 45 minutes or for however what.
45 minutes.
Yeah,
That's so
that's
long.
I'm
That's an
yeah.
episode of
yeah. I'm getting
Last of
nervous just thinking
Us.
about it.
My gosh.
40, yeah, we should probably cut that back a little bit then. Yeah.
We're
Yeah,
Yeah.
about
that would be,
37 minutes maybe.
yeah,
37. Yeah.
yeah, that would be
Mm.
perfect.
No,
Yeah.
it's funny because yeah, the awesome thing about hardcore music and playing hardcore music is yeah, I may not be living my life every day like I did back then. Dad of 3, married. So yeah, energy is hard to come by.
Things are a little
Some
different.
days,
A
Yeah,
little different.
yeah.
but you know, yeah, I mean, think of this as hardcore. You know, the minute you step on that stage, it's just yeah, you feel it again. You
Hmm.
know,
Hmm.
and the energy comes back. That's for sure.
Yeah, yeah, you got to bring all that energy from your youth for
It takes
Mm.
about 2 more weeks to recover from it.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, but you have the FSA card, so
That's right.
you're covered.
That's how I got my glasses.
Yeah,
There you
get you
go.
a lot of ibuprofen.
It really
So
does.
much, so
Mm.
much.
Don't start, Mike. I had
We
a
don't need to bring
problem.
we don't need to bring this up if you're not comfortable bringing it up.
No, I'm fine. I'm fine with it.
Okay. Okay.
I have a cast iron stomach. I was having a jaw issue, like my jaw was popping and then it got swollen. So
Hmm.
I was taking like 6 ibuprofen at once, like in the morning and then at night. And then his brother tells him that I'm doing this, and then I start getting lectured by this guy because he works at a hospital. I'm just like, guys, it's okay. I don't have a problem.
Can stop anytime.
I can stop at any time.
Oh
My
gosh.
jaw feels much better though.
Well,
And
that's
great.
great. That's so
So
you proved medical science
I was
wrong.
gonna say, keep laughing, but I'm pain free.
So moving on from that horrifying story.
Sorry.
So this interview is unhinged. So you guys are playing at Furnace Fest this year with a couple of other straight edge bands. So
Mhm.
that's fun, huh? Why are
Yeah.
you guys playing Furnace Fest?
That's another good question. I don't know.
Yeah, we've been wondering that as
FOMO,
well. Oh.
FOMO. Yeah.
fear of missing out.
Yeah, that's a young person saying. Yeah.
That's it. That's it.
Someone's been
See,
on the
we're hip.
13-year-old.
TikTok.
We're hip.
It's yeah, yeah, it helps when you have kids telling you these
It
things.
really does. Yeah, that and Urban Dictionary.
Yeah,
There you go.
that is a horrible website, but it's fine. So,
That's the one you're going to cut out. That's the one you're going to cut.
have you guys ever been to Furnace Fest before?
No, no.
No, I haven't.
Wow, you
Yep.
hate Furnace Fest. We already said it, so you can't take it
No,
back.
I don't think we hate Furnace Fest. I think we hate the
Mm.
South. I think that was the issue.
But there
Sign me
is a
up.
really good hot dog wagon, and if you're vegan,
Oh,
they serve vegan hot dogs. Shout out to Steven's Hot Dog Wagon.
can't wait.
But,
Oh, yeah.
and I believe they might have water.
Is there a hydration station?
Oh, there is a hydration station. We will make
All
sure.
right.
Some people drink straight with their mouth on it, but
Ooh,
just clean it off real
okay.
quick. It'll
All
be
right. I
fine.
mean,
Yeah, you work at a hospital. You know
yeah, I'm
how these
fine.
things
I'm
work.
fine.
Yeah,
I'll be
it'll
good.
be totally fine.
I
So,
can use the water station when I wash down my ibuprofen
someone
immediately
get
after
this
the
man
set.
some ibuprofen. Costco probably
He's
sells a
jonesing.
300
He's
pack.
jonesing.
Yeah,
I
Just
can see him.
chew
He's
'em.
shaking right
I'm
now. He's
shaking.
shaking.
I am. It's wearing off.
He needs ibuprofen. Someone, please. That could be your Furnace Fest merch. Please,
Yeah, I like
ibuprofen.
that.
Yeah, yeah.
We've been struggling with designs.
You're welcome. We actually don't because we need to update our bootleg merch. So we're gonna take that.
Fair.
You can use that one, yeah.
Yeah,
I'll give you that
take
one.
that. Yeah, take that idea.
We're gonna, yeah, we'll be selling it in the parking lot. So since you haven't been to Furnace Fest, and this is going to be your first year
Mm.
in the South, are you guys
Mhm.
gonna stay for the whole weekend?
I imagine. Yeah, why not?
Yeah, I would
Yeah.
imagine so.
We got to
We'd
get the
make a
full
weekend of it.
experience.
You do. You have to
Yeah.
get the full experience. There's so much, you got to get the dust real deep inside of
I've heard the dust
your
is an issue.
lungs.
Yeah, I've heard the dust
Yeah,
is an issue.
yeah, we could turn it into mud, but that would be a whole other complaint.
Ooh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, you can possibly break your ankles on some rocks over by the pond, but it is so romantic,
Oh,
So
nice,
bring the
nice.
wife and kids. Nice little date night.
Okay.
Who are you? I know that the full lineup is not out by the time this video comes out. The lineup might be, we don't know. But according to the lineup, if you've looked at it, who are you excited to see?
So I'm always excited to see Gorilla Biscuits. The entire reason that I got into hardcore was because of the Gorilla Biscuits.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then I am also like super excited to see Extol.
Yeah.
Those guys are wild. So I'm excited to see them. Seosin, I want to see. We kind of friends with Anthony Green, so
Oh,
and then
friends.
we're friends.
You guys are
We're
best
friends.
buds. You need to stop saying we're kind of friends. You need to just
Yeah.
put it out there and then he can't refute it. Otherwise, he'll look like a
Yeah.
huge jerk.
That's why I did it. And then Head Automatica as well, as we toured with
Oh,
Glass
yeah,
Jaws.
yeah.
So yeah, it's gonna be a good
Yeah.
time.
What about
Yeah.
you, other M?
It's good. I mean, pretty much everything that Mitch said is what I'm looking forward to too. There's been so many band announcements, and I'm having a hard time recalling them right now.
Fair.
Bane. I mean, come on, Bane.
I totally
Bane.
forgot to say Bane. Yeah.
Bane.
How
I
could you
mean,
forget to
how
say
have-
Bane?
How have we not mentioned Bane yet in this interview?
Because I was
Yes.
still thinking of Anthony Green. That's why.
He was still
Yeah.
thinking about his best friend, Anthony.
Yeah,
My roommate.
yeah. And I'm just gonna say it again. Bane. You know, I
Bane.
mean,
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
That was a nice little Valentine's Day surprise, even
Indeed.
though most people bought their ticket to Boston. We did. We'll be there. That was a chaotic few minutes, but we got there. And so throughout the weekend, people are going to be most excited to see Bane, obviously.
Hmm.
But what can fans expect from your set besides possibly a broken nose?
By an audience member or one of the band?
Whomever, maybe you'll jump
Whomever.
off the stage and just right into their face. You don't know, maybe they'll
Yeah.
have an FSA card as well.
I'm more likely to trip on a cord or something, and
Yeah.
I'll be the one who breaks his nose. It'll be me. What can they expect from
What can
our
they
set?
I think a good solid 30 to 35 minutes of high energy shouting and jumping around
You're gonna jump?
Yeah.
I'm gonna try. I think I'm gonna
Oof.
try.
Okay.
I'm working on them now. I'm starting if it's February. I think by the time September rolls around, I
Yeah.
should be good.
Okay, so at least 30 minutes. If your set is 45 minutes, is that 30 minutes still set? And the last 15 minutes, they just kind of gotta catch their breath and
Yeah.
make
I
sure
think
an
that's
ambulance is nearby.
the amount of time we need between songs
Mm.
has gotten
Yeah.
pretty
Increasing.
long.
Do you
Yeah,
guys
so
talk in
Increasing.
between songs, or do you just go and hope that the audience can keep up?
To each other? Or
Or the audience? Do you just
Oh,
talk to yourself?
sometimes I don't stand next to Mike. Mike stands. I
Sure,
sometimes
yeah.
talk to Bill.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're
There might
like,
be some I think, I think Rob is pretty good at
mhm.
talking up an audience. He's
Yeah,
pretty, he's
yeah.
got
Is he the kind of person that will let the audience sing most of the song because he might have forgotten the lyrics?
definitely.
Perfect.
I
Yeah.
would.
The audience knows all the songs. We don't. We barely know who you are, but
Mm,
the audience will sing for you. They'll probably get on stage and actually play most of your instruments for you if you let them.
even better.
I
So
welcome that.
you guys can just kick back,
I
take some
welcome that.
ibuprofen,
Yeah.
go to the
Fist bump.
hydration station,
Yeah.
spray some contaminated water in your faces.
Yeah.
Oh, it's gonna be so
Yeah.
good. Such
It's
a
gonna be
good
fun.
weekend.
I'm
Oh,
looking forward to it.
amazing. Furnace Fest is
Yeah.
so excited. Is that the word? We'll say excited to have you there and that you
We'll
agreed and
we'll
signed a
say we'll
contract.
say we're excited to be going, right?
Yeah.
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 Yeah,
that
that sounds very true on your part. That wasn't hesitation at all. Is there anything else that you would like our thousands and thousands of callers to know?
Go find Mitch at the merch table.
Mitch, merch table Mitch. That's another shirt.
I literally thought that you were talking about him. Mitchell.
I could have been talking to anybody. We don't really
We
pay
didn't know.
attention to these
They have
things.
blank looks on our faces. Yeah.
So there was a question there. I don't know. I forgot it already.
It was
You did
we were asking
Oh.
if there was anything that you wanted to tell callers, if you wanted to promote anything, if you wanted to remember this is not going to be out tomorrow, so anything from a few weeks out from now is fair game.
I can't really think of anything. I mean, what's
You guys
we
have
have the
you guys
what's
have
left
so
to
much
say?
going on.
4 shows with Earth Crisis at the end of March and early
Yeah.
April. And
Yeah. Are those sold
they're-
out?
I think the Boston show has a couple tickets left because it got moved to a bigger room, but I think the other shows are all sold out. So
Yeah.
sorry.
It's a lot of pressure. Yeah. It's
Yeah,
a good thing you're telling
is.
our callers about shows they can't go to. That's
Yeah,
good.
yeah, that's
Good
true
marketing.
too. Oh, sorry about that. Sorry
But you
about
guys do have shirts for apparently $20, which is a bargain.
that. It is. Yeah.
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 And do you guys have like a GeoCities website that they can visit or anything like that?
I
we
was
don't
just
even
about to
have. We don't
update.
have a website. We don't have a website.
We don't even have a website. Yeah.
That tracks.
It's like, what would we put on a website?
You
It's
could
like
put
links to our Instagram and
Mm.
Yeah.
that's really it. I mean,
you could always post a picture of yourselves from 20 years ago and be like, look, it's us, which is what most bands do. I don't think
Yeah.
most of the bands who've been booked for Furnace Fest have taken new pictures in over a decade.
we have a newer picture.
Oh,
I don't think it's been used yet. I think they're saving it until people have already gotten their tickets, and then they
And
probably
then
can't. They
Yeah,
want a
they'll
refund. Like, wait a
debut
minute, no,
they'll
no
debut
refunds.
the
this is
Sears
not what I
Portrait
signed up for.
Studio. Well, fantastic. That is all the time we have today, fortunately for everyone listening.
Mm.
But you can catch One King Down playing with Earth Crisis at some shows nowhere near you, and they're already sold out. You can buy a $20 shirt from whatever website they're on, and you can catch them at Furnace Fest in September. And we'll see you next time.